My melanoma journey started back in 2013. I found a lump in my right armpit, and like most guys, I let it go far too long and I felt fine. Didn't think, it'd be anything serious. I was, otherwise healthy, took good care of myself. Still try to take good care of myself, but finally went into a local hospital, central Iowa area, and they did all kinds of tests, biopsies, and couldn't figure it out. Finally did an MRI because they were going to surgically remove it, and then they found out it looked suspicious. So they were kind of, putting the cart before the horse somewhat, and the whole process was, gives me a lot of anxiety because it's something probably malignant, but you don't know what, so you can't start on treatments. Finally figured out it had spread to my lungs, which I wish they would have, tested for first, but it didn't work out that way. So the only options they really gave me were, they're pretty kind of barbaric. It was, we're going to do surgery or possibly remove your lung or your arm, which was, in hindsight, just would have been the worst way to go. I probably would not be here today had I went that route. I did talk him into referring me to Iowa City. Again, that was back in 2013. Fast forward a little bit back then to, I think it was May of 2013, I meet Dr. Mo. I did not know they had specialists for different types of cancers. So here's a guy that committed his life, and not his life, but his career to melanoma. I think in sarcoma as well, but obviously I had melanoma. Lucky for me, a guy from, I believe he's from Jordan, decided to come to Iowa City, years prior to that, and we crossed paths. Just an amazing human being. I could email him, what doctor does that you know of. So pretty incredible. He has the patient's well-being, top of his priority, compared to other places I had been. Back in 2013, it was a type of immunotherapy. It was higher toxicity without getting too in-depth, combined with the target medication. Even back then, the prognosis was not very good. They biopsied the tissue that was remaining, and it was cancer-free, which was just crazy. Within a year, you can go from stage 4 cancer to no sign of cancer, no evidence of disease. I'm so lucky because obviously it wasn't too long before that there was hardly any options. I wouldn't have been that lucky. That's how, I count my blessings every day. And yeah, I tell everybody, you have to be your biggest advocate. Unfortunately, nobody else is going to do that for you. And knowing now what I didn't know then, we have comprehensive cancer centers. I think there's only like 52 in the country. Luckily for us, the University of Iowa, Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center is one of them. Like I said, it's so lucky it was right in my backyard. We would do scans every couple months and then push back to twice a year, and then we were at the point of once a year doing a CT scan follow-up. So it didn't have any sign for just about 10 years. In that 10 years, I got married to my wife. Obviously, we had a daughter, which I mentioned earlier. I got my master's degree in agronomy, and just so many things within 10 years that a normal 20 to 30-year-old would do. Today's treatment, I can work, I can be a father, a husband, just like I would normally without cancer, and just live my life still. And it's not 100% success rate by any means, but I think if you're looking probability wise, it's so much even advanced than it was 10 years ago. I think, I didn't say either, when you get a diagnosis like that, like or a loved one, it gives you something you can't really learn in school or on a job, and that's perspective. I think you don't take things for granted, and really just, it gives you a different view kind of the appreciation. You appreciate things more, you spend more time with your family, and just every day you just don't want to take for granted because it could change in seconds. And I know a lot of people say that and it sounds cliche, but it's so true. Well, I'm going to be at Tits for Tats, so I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there. Yeah, anything I could do to help support Tits for Tat and anybody, it's obviously benefited me in ways I would have never known, and just continue fighting the good fight, and happy to support any way I can.